I haven't done a SolidWorks video in a long while, and I would sure like to do at least one more in the near future. So here I have an assembly, and let's say that this is a sample, plant with machinery that's piped together, and let's say I need to make a change. Well, normally I would have to redefine this pipe, but if we edit things in context in the correct manner, I simply hit rebuild and the pipe will update itself. So let's go through how to edit things in context so that you can have self-updating assemblies and not have to worry about redoing all this stuff every time there's a change. It's probably noteworthy also to say that as I update this, of course, any drawing linked to an assembly layout would also be updating, and the drawing to this pipe would be updating to this as well. First off, I'm going to start a new assembly and insert my two components. Now, let's make a part. For this specific assembly, I'm going to make a 3D sketch. I'm going to do this line constrained on the y-axis. We'll say features, swept, boss, base, and I'm going to choose a circular profile here. Let's do something like 2 millimeters. I made this assembly originally thinking it was in inches, so there we go. And oh yes, of course we need our path. And there we have a pipe. We're going to save that. Alright, so now that I have this pipe in my assembly, I want to actually edit this component and take a look at my sketch and absolutely confirm that I know that this side is unconstrained and the top is constrained. And I want to take the constrained side and mate it to my machinery, right? So we're going to grab this face and make them coincident, just like that. And then there, and then I can grab a plane that makes up my pipe. So we're a little bit off axis, but that's fine. We'll grab a mate and make sure that those are parallel. Next, we'll grab our 3D sketch. Let's go straight down, right down the z-axis, there and there, and we just have to constrain that now to make sure that we are along z. Our next line will be along x, and you just look at the origin for what you need to do, and then this one will be along y. So we're going to take the point of our line and make it on plane with our equipment and concentric. And if you are not able to do the relations that I just made, then go to Options, System Options, and you want to say External References, and make sure you have Allow Multiple Contexts for Parts when editing in an assembly checked. And that allows you to add relations between this sketch and its assembly. Next, let's do a smart dimension. Maybe we can make this something like 5 is fine. And we have a rebuild error, but that is probably to be expected. If I get rid of my parallel, Control Q, let's get rid of my coincident. Yes. Well, now I'm not quite coincident, right? So let's re-add a coincident. And for some reason, of course, we don't have a rebuild error. So next, I'm just going to grab any reference that makes this pipe vertical, and that keeps us from over-constraining properly. You'll notice the pipe is no longer lined up, but if I hit the traffic light, we now have a self-updating pipe that, no matter how we position this, with very few exceptions, we will have a self-updating assembly. So this technique, of course, goes much further than just pipes and machines. you can do this in many contexts. So think about all the ways that this might be able to help you when you need to make an adjustment in an assembly, if you can somehow constrain something to update with the changes that you make so you don't have to make them manually. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.